time, everybody, and welcome to the next 20 pages of Our Turn to Lead by Timothy Sharko. Shem here. In this episode, what we're going to be talking about is pretty much another institution that kind of rolls off of the last point from the last part, the last episode, I should say. Last point of the last episode was institutions, and we covered the Lakeview Bank institution and what they were doing in 2015. And now we're going to be talking about the Bank of North America and what they're going to be doing in 2015. Or what they did do, I should say. So in, I think, 2010, Cassandra did focus on telling Patrick to pretty much be focusing on the millennial generation, and which they did. However, they didn't necessarily build a strong relationship with their customer base. They kind of just targeted them and just tried to get them to come in and pretty much use their services. And what Cassandra did was pretty much telling Patrick that we got to stop focusing on the boomers generation and stop targeting them with, because they're actually obsessing over that generation, and they keep producing services for them for retirement funds and stuff like that. But the problem is that target market is pretty much a dying target market, literally. But that is why she's pretty much stressing to Patrick that we need to focus on the millennial generation even harder than we did before. And Patrick kind of actually, he was giving some resistance to it. He was getting a little butthurt about it, and he was like, you know what? From all the numbers you've been showing me, Cassandra, I think you know what you're doing. So let's have at it. Let's do it again. So he eventually gave in, but he did have some resistance this time. But that what Cassandra mentioned is that they are pretty much engaging with their community. They're giving back to the community, but the problem is that the Bank of North America isn't creating a community. That's the problem. They're not creating a community, and therefore they don't have a loyal following that's going to be following them everywhere they go. It actually turns out from some data, some graph, turns out that the Bank of North America is the least followed bank choice because they don't really care about their customers to that extent, which we've kind of seen already in the past episodes. We talked about that they don't really care about their customers. They're just taking their money and they're kind of just shutting them out and doing whatever the hell they want, which kind of brings about to a whole business perspective. Whenever you're creating your brand, business, whatever it is, you do want to create your own community. You want to create your community where they're loyal to you and they're going to be following you and pretty much doing what you want to be doing, look at, for example, Harley Davidson. These people are so loyal to Harley Davidson that they literally get tattoos of the brand. That kind of shows their commitment towards that brand. That's a community that they created. Harley Davidson created a huge motorcycle community that's loyal to their brand, that to the point where they buy their motorcycles, they get tattoos of their freaking brand on them. So that kind of shows you want to be creating a community with your business or brand, because it's pretty much like a fallback. You're going to have loyal followers that are always going to support you and take care of you. And only if you take care of them. That's the sense of a community. You have to be giving to them and they'll be giving back to you. But don't expect anything in return, because you're the one that's starting the community. You're the one that has to keep giving. Eventually, I'm sure someone will give back to you. Just don't expect it to. That's the way the cookie crumbles, in a sense. That is all I have for you guys today. It's a short, sweet video. Not too much to point out except for that whole meeting. I thought it'd be kind of cool to mention the whole the branding part, where the community part, I should say, where a good community is very important, because it helps you in your business. Now, one quick thing I want to mention too, I forgot, I'm noticing my notes. At the end of the chapter, at the end of the 20 pages, I should say, Michael mentions that we should be getting a loan, bank loan, or get into the whole social lending part, like what Mundus Novus is doing. And in fact, they said that they should talk to Mundus Novus and try to do business with them. But Patrick was against that, because Patrick said, oh, supposedly they're going downhill, the feds are going to shut them down, so who cares about them? But Michael supposedly knows someone in that company, and he's like, well, let me talk to this person and see what's going on, pretty much. That is pretty much it. The next video we're going to be focusing on 2020, what's going to be happening in 2020, I should say, and what the millennials are going to be doing, the leaders, the institutions, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to see what happens in 2020. It's kind of starting to become science fiction because we're not even in 2020 yet. So we'll see what happens, but guys, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and please subscribe on YouTube, guys. I'd really appreciate it. I have some good, big news coming out soon. It's not going to be really big. If you want to be a part of an opportunity, I would definitely look into this. I'll be posting it on social media, so stay tuned. You definitely want to look at those handles. Thanks, guys. Take care.